Pick a card. How are you shocking your haters? Here are your options, and I'll see what you're reading.
Okay.
Hi, friends. My name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot, and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number 3. How are you shocking your haters? You chose this lovely image on the right-hand side of the screen, and your downloads go as follows. I literally actually heard a song, and it would not leave my brain. So, of course, I'm going to have to share it with you. This song was Johnny Cash. I hear the train coming. Okay, so I just woke up. Don't make fun of my voice. Lyrics. I hear the train a-coming. It's rolling around the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. All right, I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. And time keeps dragging on. So, pile number 1, you might be Johnny Cash fans. You might love old Hollywood. People feel stuck in prison or in a small town or stuck in a life, and they feel like it is just like a prison. This has to do with life changes, life choices, receiving or giving. Getting a warning, but they didn't listen, and now they're in trouble. They're going to jail or they're in a very bad way. So for this pile, I definitely feel like you could be, I heard the word you prophesize, so maybe, but you could actually speak things and warn people about things, just like I just said a second ago, and they actually come to manifest, and people could be quite shook by this. But your haters are actually, they're actually upset that they didn't listen to begin with. But instead of thinking, well, wow, pile number 1 warned me, I feel like it just served to further piss them off. So, I don't know. I'm kind of in a let them be mood. So I'm like, let them be mad. I used to have a boss who used to say, they could get glad in the same pants they get mad in. I don't know. It's funny. This was years and years ago. So anyways, that is your downloaded message. If this is you, or if this sounds like you, join me for the shuffle and your subsequent reading. And 3, 2, 1. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, I hope that you find something that is helpful, or at the very least that's amusing. For those of you guys that are indeed my repeat offenders, I am super grateful to have you here. Thank you so much for your support and for your patience. Pile number 1, how are you shocking your haters? The 4 of Fire. You have the 4 of Fire. And you have the 3 of Water. Now, right off the bat, I mean, this looks like a hagstone to me. I mean, it could be a hagstone. You could be into crystals, or you could be entering portals, or you could be sitting on the precipice of something monumental. That's exactly how I heard it, and that's why me speak so funny sometimes. Okay, I'm just going to tell you exactly what I'm hearing versus filtering it for a specific person, an agenda, or an audience. I'm just going to tell you exactly how I heard it. Now, 4 of Fire has to do with your stability. It has to do with grounding. It has to do with maybe even setting up shop, setting up a home, setting up an apartment. I mean, I think of like stability, the 4 corners of the earth, the 4 corners of your establishment, the 4 corners of who is you is what I heard right now. And I think that I'm hearing the audacity. So you're shocking your haters because you have the audacity to sit on a point in life, or in a point in life, or in a certain way that you're about to enter a different portal, a whole different dimension, a whole different, like, what awaits you there? We don't know, right? But this little being right here is busy playing her flute or whatever the thing is. She's unbothered, and she knows that she can go through that portal at any point in time. It's almost like she's discovered something really cool, but she's like, yeah, I'm just going to chill right here. So I feel like your non-botheredness is really bothering people. It's shocking your haters because they didn't expect you to get this far. They didn't expect you to be as stable as you currently are. If you have a business, if this involves a business, then I feel like your haters expected you to fail. They may have, like, once upon a time mocked you to your face or behind your back or whatever. But I feel like you're very much at peace and you're grateful and you're happy. And then with the 3 of water right here, this is all about celebration. So it could be that you're about to cross into a whole different timeline, whole different life. You're about to achieve something that you set out to achieve. And you are just kind of relaxed about it. You're not angst. You're not like, oh my goodness. And you're not rolling your camera and sharing reels about, oh my goodness, I am at the very edge of, making my 2 million for my business. And I never thought. You're just kind of chilling, relaxing, enjoying the moment. And you're celebrating quietly, maybe with some friends, maybe not so quietly, but regardless, I feel like this is kind of, shocking your haters and actually pissing people off. So, I also feel like maybe some of these haters were actual frenemies, is what I'm hearing. So this is people that were close to you that would pretend to really celebrate you or that they wanted something better for you. But I feel like a lot of these people are stagnant. They didn't want to change themselves, much less they didn't want you to change because it's uncomfortable for them. And the implication is that they are stagnant. So I'm hearing that they're really shocked, and they're hating even further because you have changed so much that you're willing to kind of grow, evolve, that you're unbothered, and that you are celebrating your changes, your opportunities, and enjoying the moment as well. So you are unpressed. It's kind of funny. But anyways, let's see what else we have right here. Pile number 1, counterproductive. How are you shocking your haters? It says feeling trapped, feeling uninspired, forced to do something you're not into. Okay, let me look. Only in it for the money, comparing yourself to others, never ending story, results not panning out the way you thought or the way you like. So this is exactly what we just talked about. It's they really never thought that you would achieve this level of peace, this level of actually going after what it is that you desired, what you wanted, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, and that things turned out even better than what you did create, is what I heard. Okay. Maybe some of you guys have really big vocabulary. But I'm definitely feeling like, yeah, I don't want to drag on these readings too long, but I definitely feel like people are upset because they can't come with you. They're upset and they are shocked because you are doing so well for yourself again. And there seems to be like a progression that they have not been allowed to progress with. It's almost like an entitlement, like they feel like they need to enjoy the fruits of your labor, is what I'm hearing. But these people do feel trapped, like, with that Johnny Cash song we talked about. And they feel trapped, and things panned out not the way that they expected, but definitely the way that you said, the way that you really, the way that you were sharing that you wanted your life to go, something about it. So something positive is being given to you. It's unfolding. It's being revealed. And your haters are actually quite shook about this because they thought that you were just going to be like, well, I'm just from Jenny from the block. I don't know. So a lot of you guys do. I heard movie references, but I was thinking music references. So take that however you will. Pile number 1, if you are indeed liking these kind of readings, if you can take a moment to, I almost said shock. If you take a moment to like, share, comment, subscribe, I would definitely appreciate that. Also, don't forget to click your little notification bell for all of your creators, not just this channel, even if you don't do it here, right? My friend Tony Lynn with Divine Soul Oracle told me that if you don't do the little notification bell, that people will actually kind of lose you because you get buried in all the notifications, right? She was totally on the money. So if you haven't checked out her channel, go check out her channel. You will fall in love. Anyways, how are you shocking your haters? Pile number 1, with your balance. What? Stop it. You have an incredible amount of balance, a lot of grace. Embraces opposing forces to cultivate harmony and wholeness within. Self-examines, confronts, and works the underlying issues. Brings differences together to create dynamic harmony. Takes time for self-care. Sets clear boundaries with conexiones. Yeah. So this is about, like, it's almost like you can get out of any tough spaces and tough places. It's also an energy of, oh my goodness, pile number 1 is definitely, you know, they can kind of crawl and get out of anything, and they can actually look in the mirror and self-reflect, and it seems like you are blessed by the gods or by God, depending on what you believe in. And it seems also that you are shocking your haters because they thought that you were just like them. That when you said, I have a dream, right? That you were going to be just like everyone else. And that is not so. Now, these people have an inability to look in the mirror and make any changes. And I feel like it's really sad because you're shocking your haters because they realize that at this point in time that you are right all along, that things that you spoke upon were actually something that you felt compelled to do and motivated by, and that you indeed are led by spirit, and that you actually listened and lifted fingers. You know how they say, don't lift a finger about this. But you actually did something about it. You put in the hard work. I mean, like, rock climbing is no joke, right? Not that I ever, but rock climbing, rappelling, anything like that, you have your equipment, you have to be in a good physical shape. You have your harnesses, if that's something that you work with, and you've got your ropes and whatever other tools that you need. And I feel like you have acquired these tools through trial and error, and maybe you've like studied up on it, read up on it, looked at in the mirror and set whatever it is that you had to do and made changes accordingly. But also I'm looking at the whole, like, sets a clear boundary with connections. So I feel like you're shocking your hater because you set clear boundaries and they're pissed off about it. So I do feel like quite a bit of underlying anger at your achievements, at the way that you've been able to do things that these other people, quote, were not able to do. Well, they put no effort into it. So, if you want a pot of water to boil, you're actually gonna set it on a stove or put it over fire. You're not, gonna just watch it in hopes that it'll boil and talk about it and gather your friends around and say, man, I wish this water would just boil already. But, I'm gonna look and it'll happen eventually, and not make any move to make it happen. Your participation and your wish have to go congruent and hand in hand in order for things to kind of manifest. And they've seen this for you. And I feel like they're quite pissed off about these boundaries. So something about the boundaries, something about they can't go places that you're going. They can't enter the new era, the new portal, the new 2.0 for pile number 1, that kind of thing. So pile number 1, how are you shocking your haters? Avoid expressing opinions, conforms to others' views to avoid conflict, does not stand out, sheep, afraid of potential, doesn't feel comfortable ruffling any feathers, rather observes and quiet. Yeah, I feel like this is a new era for you. Maybe perhaps you did have these characteristics where you didn't ruffle any feathers because you knew that you knew subconsciously that you were surrounded by haters. Like, even if we are caught by surprise, right? Air quotes if you're not watching the camera. I definitely feel like a lot of us, turn around and we go, wow, it's like, I saw the signs and it opened up my eyes. But I definitely feel like you saw like a smirk. You saw, people talking amongst themselves and not in a good way. And you saw a lot of different things that maybe perhaps you didn't point out or could put your finger upon. at the moment because you really thought that these people liked you, or they were your friends, or why would they even bother with you if they didn't like you, sort of thing, or family. But you're shocking your haters because I feel like even by getting balance yourself, and this is mental health, this is spiritual, this is allowing your words to be exactly what they are and not being dualistic. I feel like you made a lot of progress again, and you are ruffling feathers. And like in this new era, you don't care whose feathers you ruffle. You're like, I'll pluck them damn feathers if I got to. I'm going to pluck them. I mean, if you come for me, then you're going to get me, okay? Avoids expressing opinions. I feel like, yeah, this is all fiery. And this is about expressing your opinions. And I think that they are shocked that you will be so blatant and so kind of brash. This is like expressing yourself in a way that you don't care to blend in with everybody else. You're not making peace. You're not gonna, oh, that's just a them problem. And, you know, we're just gonna, because they're our friend and me for a long time now, you're just gonna call it out. You're not afraid of your potential, and you are comfortable in your own skin. And this is like shocking people. And they're like, wait a minute, you're really not going to allow me into your personal space? Wait, what? What is going on here? The audacity, and that's damn right. Pile number one, the audacity of you to enjoy peace, the fruits of your hand, the fruits of your labor, the things that you set out to do when other people, I feel like, would turn around and try to sabotage you. I feel like you overcame a lot of sabotage. You overcame a lot of crabs in a barrel mentality, where they would just try to like pull you down once you were getting close to the top. And you just cut cords. You're like, yeah, we're not doing that here. So good for you. A great round of applause. Short and sweet. Much love to you. Pile number one. Until next time, namaste.
Okay.
Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot, and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number two, you chose this lovely image on the right hand side of the screen, and your downloads go as follows. How are you shocking your haters? How are you shocking your haters? My voice is like, what? Teenage boy voice. You are not staying unseen, quiet, or demure. And actually, before I started rolling camera, I kept hearing this TikTok trend, or just like a voice clip trend. And it's that one where it's like, somebody's watching me. It's my anxiety. Brah. That one. So if you're on social media quite a bit, you know. So maybe you guys, once upon a time, or still do, struggle with anxiety. I know anxiety has been a long time companion of mine, and not willingly so. But perhaps you are someone like that. But currently, you're shocking your haters because you're definitely not staying unseen. You're not quiet. You're a whole vibe. Your confidence is firm, quiet, and peaceful. Quiet again. Something about like the tonality of your voice, like you remain quiet when you used to speak, and now you speak where you used to remain quiet. So it's very polar opposite of what they knew you as. I feel like you are shocking your hater because, yeah, your confidence is quiet and peaceful. Peaceful, okay? You could be coming from pile number one, and that roars like a lion in your hater's ears. Interesting. Something about the volume, something about the way that you speak, the tonality, the words that you use is like nails on a chalkboard. And you know what I say with that? I'm like, well, then stop tuning in. Because, you know, even like somebody hate watching you, somebody pocket watching you is, you know, a fan. It just is. So you're blessed beyond expectation, and you're graceful in receiving those blessings. Now, I got air quotes for you. What I downloaded yesterday was, nice guys finish last. I feel like that was once upon a time your mentality. Whether you're a guy or a gal, it doesn't make a difference. And my guy, this might be true currently, but it's only in the boudoir. I'm not trying to make these spicy at all, but hello, why is this happening? I don't know. So you two are getting acknowledged, like very specifically. So you could have had the mindset of like, yeah, well, us nice guys, we finished last, or, you know, so you could have run with a crew once upon a time that kind of had that negative mentality or that self-talk that, you know, well, we're all this, well, we're our nerds and we are all nerds and nobody pays attention to us. And I feel like you just got out of that mentality, and that is not anything that you really affiliate with other than maybe perhaps your past, right? And so I don't know. I feel like more men would have chosen this this image or pile number 2 you chose by number. And guys, you too are being acknowledged, like specifically. So if you had any, you know, guy friends and things like that that turn into haters, or people that have always, like, you know, behaved like they hated you. It could have been even, I'm seeing siblings like fighting or arguing or trying to like point fingers at you constantly. And I feel like it's an older sibling. And then this is your acknowledgement, okay? This is your kudos, and it's like you are getting your crown. The people that passed you over or under, passed you up, right? They, oh yeah, they underestimated you, but now they are currently regretful. Oh, okay. Yeah. And the last thing that I wrote, because my handwriting is not the best, you guys. I know, shocking. And so it says, too bad for them. That was all deep. But anyways, how are you shocking your haters? Pile number 2. If we are vibing, if you like this kind of reading, or if you are intrigued, go ahead and join me for the shuffle and your subsequent reading in 3, 2, 1. Welcome, welcome. If you're new here, I hope that you find something that's helpful, or at the very least, something that's amusing. And for those of you guys that are indeed my repeat offenders, I am super grateful to have you here. Thank you guys so very much for your donations, for your comments, just overall for your love and support. I am so very grateful. Indebted, really. So pile number 2, how are you shocking your haters? Now, right before I went to press a button to roll the camera, I got the surge of heat. Like, my whole body got hot, and not that you need to know, but, you know, it would be compared to like a hot flash for a woman's personal summer. And I'm like, what the hell? So I definitely feel like I would like to think this is only about you. But you're shocking your haters because you are hot, okay? I feel like you are definitely hot. So whatever it is that you might think about yourself, the image that I had before, it's almost like somebody who's very scrawny, very kind of quiet. I don't want to say weak, but easily taken over or talked down upon. And I feel like currently you've retained a lot of those attributes, but you've added different ingredients. I feel like your physicality is totally different. Why are we still channeling? Sorry. Anyways, your physicality is totally different. I'm just giving you the messages that I get as well. Also, I feel like you have many wolves looking at you. So if you're a guy, like, beware, because you have a lot of people that want to kind of trap you. So you want to be careful. I'm getting a little bit of like Little Red Riding Hood vibes, right? Not that you're a Little Red Riding Hood, but you could be. And you have people like salivating, like their eyeballs are all big. I literally have them like looking with their eyeballs into the forest, which is why I was channeling, because I looked outside. But anyways, you're shocking your haters because you are totally different. You are like a bonbon. Okay, my mouth is like excessively watering. What is going on? Let's just get into your cards. So pile number 2, you have the Tower. Yes. How are you shocking your haters? And you have the 8 of Earth. Now, pile number 2, the first thing that is coming through is that the whole time there was so much hidden within you that they couldn't see, when once upon a time they knew you. Now, this could even be, I feel like it is a lot of even new people that didn't even know you from the past, but maybe they've heard things, and regardless, you've earned them as a follower in the hater world. I don't know why that's coming through. Maybe you have like a social media presence, or maybe you like are a team leader, or you're a leader of sorts, whatever it is. Maybe you lead like you do rappelling, you do like extreme sports, or you do sports and you're a coach, or you take children on adventures and things like that. So whatever it is, my mouth is still watering. I'm like, stop it. So whatever it is that you do, people find it really, really compelling, really appealing. And it seems like your outward aesthetics once upon a time is so radically different that they can't wait to see the reveal, the real you, what is going on with you currently. Maybe you like hit the gym, worked out, and you're so different than you were before. Or maybe people don't have often a chance to get a good glimpse of you, okay? And with this Tower card, I definitely feel like if it is haters from your past, because I feel like you have both. I'm hearing ambas. You could be bilingual, trilingual, I don't know your life, right? Then if it's haters from the past, they're like, what the heck? Like, we didn't know that this was underneath it all. Underneath it all, that always comes out for me. Thank you, Gwen Stefani. But this could have to do with your work, with what you put your blood, your sweat, your tears into, what literally a job, or this is like the way that you create symphony or musicality, or the way that you create income in your life. And you're shocking your haters because it's working. You're like, you know what, listen to my little serenade. And it beckons so many different people. And your haters are perplexed, they're puzzled, they're pissed, I hear as well. And you know, they're haters, so what do you expect? But I definitely feel like there's, in this group, a lot of comparison. They're trying to compare themselves to you. They're like, well, I lift weights too. Well, I teach rappelling too, or I go rappelling too, or I rock climb without gear. How about that? And it's like very petty, very competitive. This is why I don't like competitive for the sake of just competing. Okay, because I feel like it puts people in a mindset where they look at themselves as a deficiency. Well, I do that too. And it's like, well, can we just celebrate like what you are without looking at pile number 2? No, that's not a thing. Okay. So I just feel like it puts us in a really unhealthy mindset to where it's like, well, I got to be better than you, and I want to slug it out. And that's a vibe that I'm getting. It's like, well, if you do competitive sports, if you do or belong to a gym, or if you teach classes at a gym, if you are a, you know, weight trainer, body trainer, whatever, all the whatevers, I feel like people are looking at you going, how come they always get the clients? How come? Well, they don't want to schedule appointments around the time that you are in the gym, which might make it next impossible for them. Or even people have switched gyms because of you. And I know this is like, it sounds far-fetched, but check this out. I feel like when you're in there, like training your clients or whatever it is that you do, their clients might get really drawn to you. And it could be your vibe, and it could, yes, be your body. It could be the whole package, but really it's a thing of, they don't even like people glancing at you because they fear that they're going to lose clients towards you. Now, in business, because this is work related, right? I definitely feel like if you're on social media, it's like, well, then my followers are going to follow them. Or, you know, it's almost like a lack mentality. And you are shocking your haters because you do not have that lack mentality. You're like, come on, you know, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. And I feel like you're following your own symphony. And with all of this warmth, I feel like you're divinely protected. People feel very warm around you. And now that they've shown their true colors, there is no warmth or reciprocal energy between you. Hope that makes sense. Pile number 2, how are you shocking your haters? What? Are you a storyteller? I knew it. You guys must have a platform. You have a platform. It says, Fabricator, Twins of Truth. Oh, I have my glasses on. Don't judge me. Twists the truth. Tells people what they want to hear. Withholds the truth. Manipulator, choosing the wrong path. Leads other people astray. Creates conflict between others. And I definitely feel like your haters actually like to contrive and make things up and like to twist and manipulate. So they're going to take maybe an 80% truth about you and kind of twist it into, yeah, you know, that's another trainer, and yeah, it might appear all great, but that trainer sleeps with their clientele, or that trainer has an STD. Sorry, I don't know why, but I feel like if you heard the stuff that they say behind your back about you, you would be shocked. You would be the one that would be shocked, okay? But you're shocking your hater, and you're like, okay, well, make up whatever you want. Like, that's a you problem. It's coming out of your mouth, you know? And I feel like birds of a feather, you have an ability to sense what people are saying even without knowing 100%. But you're in your villain era where you are enjoying like the fruits of your own labor. I do feel like once upon a time, maybe, people feel like you put up a facade in order not to share with them or not to be real with them, or like you lied to them. But really, it's like you're in your 2.0. What do you want? It's called improvement. It's called evolving. It's called manifesting. It's called, I want something different. Let's continue. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can get that. Let's see, you know, it's an optimism and a higher vibration. Okay. So you could be on that sort of trajectory, and it's attracted a lot of haters because they feel like they can't do this, when really, if they would just stop, knock it off, and focus, they could achieve so much. But again, that's a them problem. So pile number 2, if you are indeed liking these kind of readings, please take a moment to like, share, comment, subscribe. I would be ever so grateful. Also, if you could click your little notification bell, I would thank you so very much. And for those of you guys that have, hey, how are you shocking your haters? Pile number 2, picture perfect. Are we picture perfect? I don't think you try to portray yourself as, but you could. So putting your best foot forward, appearing self-confident, put together, classy. Let's class it up around here. Keeps it themselves, strategic, observing, doesn't spill the tea or their secrets, and moving in silence. And I love this look. It's like an RBF face, right? And it's like, wait, you want me to tell you like what type of diet I have, or, you know, like what does my meal prep look like for the week or whatever? Who is you? But I feel like you're not even, you know, that would be petty, okay? And you could have a birthday some point in like January 16th through 20th, it says here, but you could simply have Capricorn or Aquarius in your chart. I love how she's watching like this TV and it's glowing around her. And it's like, it's almost like, yeah, your haters are watching you and you are receiving a glow up, because even though all the lights are turned off, their hate, their glow, and their fixation is really serving to bring other people to you as well, in a good way though. So it's interesting. Yeah, they might be losing clients to you, legit, but I don't know. I think that you're just simply focused on doing what it is that you are doing, and it's working for you. You could be seeing the number 10. 10 could mean something for you. Yeah, but the fact that you are not spilling the tea, you're not speaking out about things, you're not like a braggart is what I get. I feel like these people, your haters are shocked because you're not a braggart, because you have every right to be a braggart, and even draw even more attention to yourself, but you're not that person. So I feel like you allow your energy to lead, and you trust that energetically you will draw the correct people towards you, and you once again are unbothered. Pile number 2, how are you shocking people? Debts. So overspending, theft of resources, giving too much, wallet stolen, identity theft, guard possessions carefully, envious people, offer of money with conditions, say no to shady offers. Yeah, I feel like you will say no to shady offers. If you have a gut feeling about something, you tend to trust your gut. You're shocking your haters because even though they might extend these offers that sound really good, it's like, oh, hey, let's kind of, I don't know, let's throw in our lots together. Let's open up a gym together. I don't know why this keeps coming up, but the gym thing. You know, let us, you know, do social media together. And you're like, no, I'm good. You know, I'm, you know, kind of doing my own thing. Or you're not even bothered. You're not even focused, and you're not even looking twice in their direction. And this actually kind of pisses people off. Well, it does actually shock your haters, because if they had the clout that you have, if they had the following that you have, if they had the image that you have, if they look the way you look, all these ifs, right? They're trying to literally force their ugly feet into your shoes. I don't know why that came across that way, but maybe they have like big old feet, or listen, I do. Don't be hating on big feet, but, or maybe, I don't know, something about they compare their feet to yours. That's kind of weird, but they would absolutely conduct themselves differently. They would be like, oh, well, yeah. And then I got invited to Dubai and, you know, they picked me up on this jet and I'm going to be gone for like 6 weeks and I'm going to document every step of the way so you guys can enjoy it, quote unquote, which really is kind of funny because I feel like if you were given the number 1313, by the way, is a death card in the tarot. For me, it's like spirit of cooperation. It reduces to 4, like 4-4. So a lot of stability in your life as well. Yeah. So you're definitely somebody who's a whole different breed, and they don't understand how you won't exploit yourself or sell yourself out in order to gain more views or gain more followers, gain more business. So you are shocking your haters by having strong ethics, by having a presence of mind to make your own choices and not be led by the world and the way the world does things. So good for you. Much, much love to you. Until next time, namaste. Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot, and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number 3, you chose this lovely image on the right-hand side of the screen, and your down let's go as follows. How are you shocking your haters? You are fire. Fire. I feel like I have a lot of people tuning in that are hot, okay? Especially people that were specifically drawn to the last 2 piles, so 2 and 3. Definitely aesthetically very hot, considered hot by other people. What I literally downloaded yesterday, it's kind of wild, but it's another kind of like a meme on the internet. If you go to the original, let me tell you something, air quotes, okay? So there's this man strapped in a chair, and he's on some kind of a platform, right? Literally a platform with a very steep drop, and it's some kind of a bungee drop thing. But why would they strap you in a chair with your back to the drop? I have no idea. So the meme is him basically panicking, and they're like, okay, you're gonna go. It's your turn to go, whatever. And he's like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And you hear the panic. It like escalates. Let me tell you something. So I wrote, the man is strapped to a chair with a harness. And then he's all, wait. And then he says to the guys running the rig or whatever, he says, double check safety. So your haters are crashing out because it seems like nothing they do, no lie they make up, or secrets revealed, or anything that you do has the effect that they're wanting to have on you. Okay. I do feel like this would be like old friends, very close friends, or people that you have intimate knowledge about you. Even trying to divulge, oh, well, that's not really, you know, actually, I knew pile number 3 back when, whatever. Or did you know this incident about pile number 3 that they went viral because insinuating that they're a coward? Well, they're, you know, that you're a coward. They were strapped to this chair and they were about to go over the ledge, and haha, it's not funny. And it's not being taken at all like that. So I feel like people, regardless of what you do, I mean, look at the image that you chose. I'm gonna look at the image that you chose. It looks like she's leaning on a big like cacti or a big pickle. I don't know. We're not gonna go there. We're just, you know, I feel like you definitely are very quirky, very different aesthetically. You could be somebody who I'm hearing has a lot of tics. Maybe some of you guys have Tourette's or Tourette-like symptoms. I don't know. Maybe perhaps you speak things kind of out from left field and people get shocked by it. And I definitely feel like this has been used against you, or attempts have been made to get this to be something that is a negative characteristics, or like, oh, look at them glasses. Have you seen pile number 3? They used to wear these all the time. That was their signature, or something to the effect of they want to knock you down a peg. they want to make you seem foolish or like just different. And the interesting part is that regardless, it's like you make people laugh, and maybe you laugh at yourself, and you laugh, you know, we're all human. We all trip, we all fall, we all, you know, it just is. Nobody's perfect. And I think that instead of being like embarrassed, who's that guy on social media that, oh my gosh, he's just, okay, if I think of it later, I'm going to link it, but, anyways, Theo, okay, a little bit like Theo, like he says things and you're like, wait, did he really just say that? Almost like he's clueless, and he's definitely not shameless. So you guys could have been privy to pile number 3. Also, you could have watched that from my last video. So anyways, if this is you, sounds like you, if it sounds divinely chaotic or interesting, then go ahead and join me for the shuffle and your subsequent reading in 3, 2, 1. Welcome, welcome. If you're new to my channel, I hope that you find something that is helpful, or at the very least, something that is hopeful here for you. And for those of you guys that are indeed my repeat offenders, supporters, I am super grateful. Thank you so much for everything. For the donations, for the patience, for the comments, all the things. And so, pile number 3, how are you shocking your haters? Now, after I clicked off of your channeling, I also heard, I love what is wrong with you. So, yeah, it alludes to a lot of people wanting to exploit or point out your flaws. And once again, people finding out, or that attention being drawn to you, and that attention backfiring on the person that's trying to make you look bad, right? Because, yeah, well, it just is. I mean, why would you do something like that? Anyways, here we are. I'm thinking jealousy. This pile could have a lot of people that are jealous. Here we go. 6 of Earth, yeah. How are you shocking your haters? Pile number 3, you have 6 of Pentacles, and you have the 6 of Water. So you could be seeing 6s a lot. You could look at the clock and get riveted every time with the number 6 for whatever reason. Now, right off the bat, the 6 of Earth, I definitely feel like people want to come towards you and they bring you offerings. They bring you little gifts. They bring you, it's like a little something. I feel like people can be very generous with you and that they have their sights on you. It almost seems like, I mean, this guy, person, you could have a nice rack. I'm just saying. But is this an elk? I don't even know. I don't know my forest animals. Sorry, don't judge me. But look at how beautiful he is. And I definitely, you know, he's seen some things. So I definitely feel like people have been generous with you. And it catches these haters, I guess, by surprise. It's like the amount of people that just really love and forgive things about you. When these people feel like they had to be perfect, maybe that's part of it. And that's the love, hate, the push, pull, the hate washing. Let me wash it with hate. Hate washing. Hate watching. Goodness, that's somebody has like an accent. Somebody here has an accent, or you come from a family that has like heavy accents. And even though they moved to a country, a place that wasn't theirs initially long ago, I definitely feel like that accent never left. So if you moved, I don't know why I'm getting Romania, but if you moved somewhere and it wasn't your original country of origin, or if your family did, I feel like they're like my grandmother. She never ever lost her accent. And I feel like you're shocking your haters. Like Sofia Vergara, how do you say her name? I forget. But everybody loves her. There's very few people that do not like her. And I feel like she's comical, she's funny, she doesn't take herself like very serious, right? But she does. And I feel like it's a little bit like that. Like you're just kind of, your own person. And I think that's something unique about you. Something, again, I'm getting different aesthetics, different, like, you look different from other people around you. And your haters could be quite shocked because maybe they're all like blonde and blue-eyed, and all of a sudden here you walk in, with a dark goddess vibe or a dark god vibe or something like that. So it could be something like that. Or yeah, and maybe you're shocking your haters because they're like, oh, listen, when pal number 3 tries to say SOB, like son of a bitch, sorry for cursing, but listen to their, listen to how they say it. And you're all cinnamon bish. That's how my grandmother used to say SOB, because my cousins used to try to make her say it. It was funny though. I did laugh. So I feel like people get really endeared to you the same way that Sophia Vergara does. It's like people just love her. And it doesn't really matter. It's like she'll make fun of herself and she'll take the victory away from other people that are really trying to shade her, and I think that people have lost the desire or the ability to really make fun of you at this point, because there's so many fans, so many people that actually have fallen in love, that their anger continues to roil. I'm hearing continues to boil and fester. And again, that is a them problem. But you're shocking your haters because you are so well received. People really they feel a certain way about you. And I also am hearing that when it comes to you, you have a lot of people from the past. I feel nostalgic towards you and about you. And you're shocking your haters because I feel like they could be among those people that maybe grew up with you, or something about the past, right? Something about way back when. And they have to hear, I'm hearing they have to hear people speak really good things about you. And I feel like that's part of their punishment. Is to hear all these good things. And it's like, no, you're supposed to be like hating on pile 3. This is a hate club. But they can't get the club going because their club sucks and it's stinky. But anyways, so how are you shocking your haters? Pile number 3. You're shocking them because they actually miss you. Okay. Detached. And it says, time to acknowledge how you may be trapped and begin to search for the truth. Decisions will be easier to make than you think. Chains are loosening. Chains are loosening. It reminds me of, again, that meme of that guy being strapped to the chair and being kind of pushed over the edge. It's almost like you get pushed over the edge and good things happen. You get pushed over the edge and the cameraman is there at the right time, at the right place, and you wind up making millions on something that would have been less than savory in your opinion at the time or at the moment, but it winds up working for you. So you have this like energetic vibe to you that it will be transmuted and it will be helpful for you no matter what it is. Even the quote negative stuff, right? So yeah. Difficult cycle to end. Issues are easing and moving on. Yeah. So you're shocking your haters because you are detached, because you acknowledge that you have been trapped in maybe some different cycles and things like that, and you've decided to address it and move on. And I feel like these people will not take accountability, responsibility, and therefore, like, if you don't admit where you're at, even if you have a map, even if you have a compass, well, maybe not a compass, but even if you just have a map and you're like, okay, well, where am I? I am here. Then you can figure out, where you're going. Only I'm not good with maps, so bad analogy for me, but here we go. I think you get the gist. If you have the right tools, you can kind of figure out, make it happen. But I feel like, Capricorn energy. So you could have some Capricorns that are haters. You could have Capricorn featured in your chart as well. So take that however it will. But you're shocking your haters because you're so detached. You're detached to people giving to you. You're detached to people longing for you, wanting for you to be the version of you that you were when you were, right? Once upon a time, the version of you that they were comfortable with, the tone down, the dim your light, don't speak so loud, don't be so rowdy, don't steal the show. Why it is it always have to be about when actually all along they were the ones kind of pointing fingers and trying to make fun and recruit people and like to recruit an audience against you for whatever reason. And And again, when things would happen, or you would just wind up amassing fans, okay? So I feel like these people are really frustrated. They're like, what the hell, you know, irritated that you just wind up taking my friends, or they wind up like investigating you further because I've talked all this mad crap about you, and they get curious and like, wow, this villain is so villainous. Let's check what they're doing in their villa. Well, you get the point. Anyways, but they look for you online and they're like, oh, well, they don't seem kind of like that bad. Or, oh, wow, that's interesting. And then instead of like hate watching or doing some investigating and trying to, you know, trifle with the enemy, I'm hearing, they wind up being a fan and part of your fan club. And even if they don't like speak out directly, it's very clear that by their silence, or by the way they hold back, or by the way they arch their brow towards the people talking smack, that maybe it's a them problem, right? The people talking, and the haters that just can't let go. So yeah, a lot of haters from the past wanting things that they were, they want to go back to the way they were. They feel also that that you're so detached from the generosity that they gave you. And I feel like things were given with motive. And the number 10 on camera right now could, again, be significant. You could be coming from pile number 2. I do believe. So how are you shocking your haters? Yeah. I don't know. I think that you are unapologetically you. Again, just like Sophia Vergara, just like Theo. I'm getting also Jelly Roll. And then Bunny. I love Bunny, his wife. But it could be very unapologetic. Things that would, you know, it could be also like that thing of you grew up in a trailer and these people are like, oh, look, they, you know, they don't even have like a real home. They grew up in a trailer and their, you know, their parents were XYZ. And I'm being led to share with you, I had a girlfriend who her parents were, unfortunately, they were hardcore, you know, addicts at the time that I knew her. And I'd gone to visit her home, and she explained to me that her parents used to hide food from her. And it was so sad. I don't know, it made me so sad. So you could have had an upbringing like that, and other people really want to bring those out and weaponize that information. And in turn, it's like, their audience, their very own audience, gets to be your audience and a fan of yours instead. So something about that. Pile number 3, if you are resonating with these readings, please do take a moment to like, share, comment, subscribe. I would be ever so appreciative. Thank you guys so very much for doing so already. If you have, also don't forget to click your little notification bell so that you get notified when I drop further readings. Pile number 3, how are you shocking your haters? What? Are you fulfilled? Okay. Open heart. Wait, hello. Open heart. Hello. How come I can't? Open heartedness. Hello, Griselle. Are you open-hearted? Apparently that word is not for me. Okay. Joyful connections, wiser at choosing partner, falling in love, job offer or raise, starting a business venture, emotional richness, love, fertility, passion, loving oneself, healing and forgiving others, open-minded and welcoming and optimistic. All the good things. So yeah, you are shocking your haters because you're definitely very open-hearted in spite of all the hate and all the shade that's been thrown your way. I definitely feel like you recognize it. You see it. You've heard it. You've seen it. You know where the hate is coming from. And it's been painfully so from people the closest to you. But you are currently disengaged. I definitely feel like your haters are shocked that you are fulfilled, that you are not pining away for them the way they are pining for you. And why would you when it's almost like, let me drink a little bit of hemlock, a little bit of poison. I would love that. Give me 2 cups of that, please. I mean, hello, are you going to sign up for the haterade for around 2,500? I don't know. Okay. So I feel like the fact that you are so stable and the fact that you are not playing those games any longer, not that you were necessarily, but that you lead with your heart and you can continue being very soft-hearted and open and loving is very shocking to your haters because I feel like they've hardened their heart a long time ago. And when they do have like that softness of heart, it's very conflicted. It's conflicted and filled with jealousy, with anger, with angst, with crabs in a barrel mentality, with I want you to be okay and succeed, but as long as you don't do better than me. And if you do better than me, then I want to be the one to have say over the fruits of your labor, to have say over your wealth, to have dominance over your platforms. And I don't know, it's like a weird vibe. I'm getting definitely... part of your hater group is people that are not well mentally. Okay, I'm just going to say that out loud. And I don't feel like that's okay to make fun of people for, you know, whatever mental health issues that they're undergoing, whether it's self-induced through rugs and things like that, or whatever. That's just my personal opinion. So sending them love and light, and you know, you can send people healing from afar and send them well wishes and send them healing if you feel the need to, or you can do whatever it is that you do, and that's great too. But how are you shocking your haters? Pile number 3, what? Settling. Gasp, not the settling. Chooses comfort over growth. Closed book. Resisting dormant energy. Cage. Forgoes potential change. Wearing a mask. Lonely. Only agreeing to a marriage due to obligation and or time. What? Like you're never going to get married if you don't do it then and there. I don't know, but whatever. So how are you shocking your haters is, I would say that these people are actually stuck, like settling. They're stuck on you. They're definitely stuck on an old narrative. They're stuck on not being able to look in the mirror. They are stuck with not being able to really hear the truth about themselves so that they can get unstuck and move away from this energy. I definitely feel like they will not admit the truth to themselves, much less anyone else. And you're shocking your haters because there is, again, an openness about you, a vulnerability. And let's face it, I feel like part of the human condition, we can look at other people and think, gosh, I wish that was me or whatever. But the difference is, are you going to linger in that energy, or are you going to do something about it? Yes, I wish I had that body too. Look at pile number 3. Well, then I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to have my best version 2.0 of whatever I can do with my body. Right? So I'm going to pursue things the same way, or similarly, I'm going to use that fuel for, gosh, I wish, to transmute it into I'm inspired. Pile number 3, that's badass. Let me do as well. Let me be open-hearted. Let me be transparent. Let me not take myself so seriously, or let me utilize whatever gifts I have, like, you know, again, Sophia Vergara, or if, you know, you were made into a meme. Maybe some of you guys have been. And that's cool too. Well, tell me what meme closely affiliates you, closely resembles you. But anyways, you're shocking your hater because your weaknesses, or things that they would have hidden, is your strength. That you're not taking these voice lessons and accent lessons to really lose where you came from, or try to conform to other people, or be softer on their ears, when really there's nothing that needs to be conformed or changed. Yeah. Interesting. Moving the heart. Yeah. It's like you don't have to move your heart, in order to please other people. And that is shocking, because I feel like these people have really tried to hammer themselves into a little tiny place in the world where they can appease everyone, they can please everyone. Maybe they grew up around other people that were very narcissistic, but it doesn't really make a difference. We're here to why they shade you, and how are you shocking them. And it's like, when you get stuck between a rock and a hard place, you just allow it to be. It's like, yeah, I'm really stuck with it between a rock and a hard place, and I kind of wish things were different. And you kind of work through that from that point of reference. You don't pretend that things are grandiose, like I'm in an Airbnb and I'm renting my own jet and you take that time to self-reflect and go, why am I feeling stuck, and why am I stuck? And maybe this is just time for me to reflect, to grow, to evolve. There's something to be learned. There's a rest. There's a pause in the clouds. There's things to be understood at the point where I'm at currently. So anyways, this reading ran way too long. Sorry. But with that, much, much love to you. Until next time. Namaste.